Well, I know I'm a little partial, but it has been a fun day to watch all the breakaway that took place here in Buckeye, Arizona at the Royal Crown. I'm Amy Wilson, and we get to visit now with our winner of the 4-year-old and under breakaway champion, Macie Rae Warken. Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, fun to have you up here and get to talk all about this. You won over $20,000 today. That included some money you won in the all ages breakaway, and then what you won on 2 different horses in the 4-year-old and under. What's your reaction to 20 grand?
I'm just proud of my horses for doing so good, and I'm just blessed that we get to come and be here and do this.
Yeah. You've been here all week because your dad was also here team roping and did some winning. Tell us about that.
Dad did really good. He showed 1 second in the intermediate on Maples Run and Money, and then he also won the 13, so he did really good.
Yeah, so everyone got to see him up here on the sports desk and talking about his win, but today it's all about you, and we want to talk about what you accomplished. Let's take a look at these runs. We're going to start in round number 1. This is the breakaway 4-year-old and under, so this is impressive for these horses to be able to show up and compete. Tell me about KID Outlaw. You were 6th in this round, 100.32.
He was just quiet in the box, good in the box. I got a good roll at him, and he got me to the spot, and I took a good shot, and I thought he worked really good especially for this being his first big outing. I thought he did really good.
Yeah, he's cool for sure. By Shiney Outlaw and out of a dual pet mare. He's a 4-year-old gelding. Any other thoughts on this first round run?
I thought he did really good for the way I set him up.
Yeah, you did a great job. Here's a look at round number 1. These are the top 5. It paid the top 2 $1,000 and $500. So you see Taylor Fluelling on Snap Crackle Duel, a 102.08. Bo Peterson, he's talking smack, 100.82. So those were the 2 getting money, but great job to the top 5 and their owners and also the stallion owners. Let's move on now and look at round number 2. You won this round. You were 101.89, so won $1,000. Tell us all about this one.
You know what, I really don't quite remember, but I think I was a little late, and then I wanted to just run in there, take a swing over their back, set my horse up, and that's what I did, and he worked good. That calf was fighting in the chute a little bit, and he just stood there the whole time, and then when I dropped my hand, he left, and I thought he did a really good job.
Yeah. This is so fun to watch. He's really cool. We're going to take a look at the round 2 results. So there you are on KID Outlaw, 101.89. That was the $1,000. Shelby Medjid on Raised on Sugar, 101.35 for $500. You also see Bo Peterson in there again. So the top 5 in round number 2. And then it was time for the short round. They brought the top 9 back. You were 3rd and first high call. This was high call, and you went out there and made this run to win it all. Take us through this one.
So this one, my dad said that he was just like a average minus calf, so I seen a little more, and then he said he was going to step left and around the panels, and he didn't do that, so I took an extra swing over him. He stepped right, which was perfect, but took an extra swing over him and made sure to set my horse up, move my horse over to the right, and he worked good.
Yeah, he looks great. 102.35. You were 2nd in the short round, but that helped you win the average and also the Royal Crown side pot. Here's a look at how the short round ended up. Of course, the highest score that didn't place in the average won $500. So you see Kimberly Williams right there on Sugar Daddy Dooley, and Bo Peterson was actually the high scorer in the short round, talking seconds. There you are on KID Outlaw, 102.35. Marissa Bosley, and then Macie Rae Warken on SLR Annie Oakley, 105.05. So that's the top 5 in the short round. That leads us into the average, and this is where all the money is paid out. So we're going to take a look. Keep in mind, only 23 were entered in this breakaway roping, and this is the payout that there was. I think that's so impressive. So Macie Rae winning it all on KID Outlaw, 304.56, $3,200. Bo Peterson has had an incredible day. We just talked to her a little bit ago for winning another roping, talking seconds, 302.72, won $2,400. Macie Rae picked up another $1,600. That was on SLR Annie Oakley, and Marissa Bosley getting $800. We've actually seen that horse a bunch. It was entered in the team roping earlier, and $291.77 for her. So great job to all these ladies. Again, the owners and the stallion owners. This is so much fun to see the breakaway have this opportunity. But here's the big money. This is the Royal Crown side pot, and only 15 horses were entered in this, and this is what it paid out. So it's awesome that they've added so much money. $5,000, $3,750, $2,500, and $1,250. So on KID Outlaw, you won $9,200 in this class in the 4 and under, and on SLR Annie Oakley, $4,100. So just in this roping, $13,300. Great job, Macie Rae.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Thank
so
you.
cool. As we watch those videos back and you think back on this day, just talk about how proud you are of the training that you've done and your horses showing up as 4-year-olds to do what they just did.
Yeah, it's been good for sure. You know, we start them in the pen or open, and then we take them to the box and run slow cattle on them, and then gradually build them up. And the KID Outlaw horse taking it really good, just easy the whole time. Yep.
Yeah, what does the future look like for those horses?
We'll keep showing them for sure, the 4-year-old year, the 5-year-old year, and then we'll see just kind of what type of horse they make, and then kind of go from there. We'll either probably keep them or sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to keep this one.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You do what's best for you, but you fit each other really well. It's fun to see you win.
Thank you.
Talk more about what you want to do in your future.
I want a priority for sure. I'm going to keep riding for charity horses and hopefully keep doing good at that. And then, yeah, priority for sure. Hopefully go to the NFR and live the dream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're on the right track. Talk about when you're training them and you want them to be ready for a February futurity as 4-year-olds. How much do you have to draw the line on how far to push them and the time off? Do they get some time off now? Explain how that works.
They'll get time off after this futurity for sure. I pushed them pretty hard and they need some time off, but I started roping on them in the fall, like probably middle September at home, and then we brought them down here, just the pen roping, and then gradually just build them up. Keep running some slow cattle on them just to keep them all together. But I was gone for like the Vegas week to breakaway jackpots, and then a couple other times, so then they got a little bit of time off in between there, and it kind of just worked out perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really good. You mentioned come down here because you're actually from Canada, right?
Yeah.
What's it like to be able to come to Arizona?
Oh, it's sweet. You know what? If I'm being honest, I can't even remember a Canadian winter. So, yeah.
Oh.
But it's so nice to be able to come down here and rope in the sun every day.
Yeah, that is awesome. But you made a good choice to come here in the winter. You rode 5 different horses today. Tell us about the others you were riding.
So SLR 2020 and Gunamambo, I roped on in the 6 and under, and I had no luck. I took that rope and I threw it in the trailer and I grabbed a new one. And then in the all ages, I got my stuff together a little bit. I rode FQH Chili Cat and Gunamambo. I ended up winning some money on Gunamambo. FQH Chili Cat worked really good too. I just broke a couple barriers. And then I rode the Annie Oakley horse and KID Outlaw, and I'm pretty proud of them for their first big outing with the music and lots of things to see. Yeah.
How about for you? You came back 3rd high call and 1st high call, and I mean, as you mentioned, they're playing the music. The announcer talked about how much money was up for grabs. How did you stay focused and do what you did?
I just try to like keep it all out. Like I just tried to not even listen to the announcer. I'm like, you gotta stay focused, stay in your game. You know, you got a game plan before you go in, and I just try to repeat that over and over again as I'm riding the box. And before I nod my head, I make sure that I like repeat it one last time and really get it in my head.
Yeah, there you go. You mentioned your dad told you what that calf would do, and he did something else. Did your dad confuse the calves, or he just had a different plan today?
I think the calf just had a different plan. I think I got crossed over to the left hip, and that kind of pushed him to the right.
Yeah.
But I mean, you never know that's the tough part of being the one to tell what the calves do, because they always do something different. Yeah.
And maybe it was just meant to be for you to win, because I think that was a better trip, don't you?
Yeah.
How cool is it that your dad's down there and helping you and keeping track of the calves?
Oh, it's so cool. I mean, I tried to keep track of the calves, but I ended up missing half of them. So I'm very fortunate to have my dad down there, you know, helping me swap out horses and keeping track of calves. And he's really good at remembering what they're doing. So, yeah.
I've been asking some of the others that I've interviewed what their favorites are to ride with all the different breedings and the different Royal Crown stallions available. Do you have a favorite?
I really like the Gunatrashias, but if I'm being honest, I haven't really rode enough to know which ones are my favorite. These two are my first Shiney Outlaws, and I really like them so far, so yeah.
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 Well, that's great information. Any other comments on today and what this means to you to win this? I mean, there was tough competition and you showed up. In fact, before Haven left, he was giving you a lot of compliments.
I'm lucky to be able to go to these things and then meet the people I get to meet, like Haven and Shelby and Bo, Shane, like all these people, and I just think it's so cool. It's like a dream come true. Yeah.
Yeah, living the dream
Yeah.
for sure. Great job today.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was fun to have you come up and get to visit with you. How cool for Macie Rae Warken to win over $20,000 today in the breakaway. I mentioned some of the numbers here, including the payouts and those entered, and what a day for tie down ropers and breakaway ropers here at the Royal Crown. Hopefully you enjoyed it and watched it on roping.com and enjoyed all the interviews. We'll be back with more barrel racing continues throughout this week, but congratulations to Macie Rae and all the other winners today from Buckeye, Arizona.